Okay, so hello, how's that? And Beyza, all the way from Turkey, initiative Coridor.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited to hear more about what you're doing, but more importantly, what inspired you, what insight has actually, pushed you to do what you do.
Actually, I have a story from my childhood. And I was a child. My teacher came to classroom, and there was a murder news all the channel on Turkey. And he asked, "Do you know the killer names?" And all child know about it, and all hands up. And after that, he asked again, "Do you know the good people's name?" All hands down. And after that, I realized actually we have a lot of good news projects, but child and the other people don't know about it, right? And we designed a digital platform for just good projects. And the Coridor story started.
Okay.
This story. And after that, we joined the entrepreneurs accelerator, the education, and we the business model, sustainable impact report, and we developed the digital platforms, and now the Coridor's application for good project and the good everything for the good world actually. Yes.
How long did it take you from that moment in the classroom when you realized that, only bad news is spreading to today? Like, to actually start exam reform?
She actually realized that in a moment when her university years, and she come up with the idea, okay, let's do such thing. Like, we call ourselves crazy young people because that was crazy to do and build something new to allow and tell the people, yeah, there are still good things in the world. There are good projects. There are nice things to do together. So let's join. And when she realized that, it was 6 years ago, we started to walk that road all together. And we come all the way together. But the Coridor, that we made it an application, startup, it has been
2 years.
2 years.
Okay. So is it just you two, or with a bigger group of your fellow students?
We have a crazy team.
A lot of crazy.
A lot of crazy. Because the crazy people can change the world.
Yes. Yeah.
And yes, we have a 6 member in Turkey. And Beyza business development, and Attila, our CTO, and Yusuf, developer, Ecem, data analyst, and Semanur, marketing director.
Yeah. And you mentioned that it was a crazy thing to do. Can you give us insight into your local context, why it is so crazy in Turkey to start something like that, so that, we could get a better understanding from your eyes?
For sure. We always say we tried tons of times, and we applied for different projects, applications, and different places that, could you listen us for a second because we are going to do something nice? But they were like, no. Actually, until a moment that we achieved, until that day, they were just closing the door open our face. They said, okay, no, we're not gonna listen to that. But one day we made people to listen us, just like you're listening us right now.
That first years, we actually, I guess, submitted 13 project system or accelerator programs, and we reject all programs. And we went to university rector or vice rector, and they said, no, you can't, because you should just be a club, student club. But we said, we have a startup and we have a big dream for Europe and the world. And they said again, no, you can't. And the first year, we hired the so far the city center for project. Like Fight Club. We have a
Why do you
hard time for us.
Why do you think there was so much rejection and no, you cannot? Why do you think that is?
It's the Turkey has a little startup ecosystem at now, but we started 2017, and entrepreneur things is so new for Turkish people. And other side, we are impact entrepreneur. So new, different, and usually people hate the different and new things, right?
Especially very traditional societies, I guess.
Yeah. And maybe we should learn different sentences, right? Because sometimes I think about it, we impact entrepreneur is so old for people actually, because the first human first years, all human worked social entrepreneurship. I could say that, right? Like collecting some building, right?
Yeah, that's very true. But I guess in the nowadays society, it has a very different standing in what it is, right?
No.
And so what changed? What changed so that you became heard, that they started listening, that the doors that you were knocking all of a sudden open?
First, I could go on. Like we told at the beginning, it was really difficult to tell people what is social impact and then what can we do with that. But sometimes when you are insisting to do something, and when you believe yourself so much, when you believe that there's still a problem, because people will say, go find yourself a real job. But the real job is believing yourself in the project. So we were in love with our problem. Here I will say that. We said, okay, we will show people that this is a problem. This is what they need. We see the problem, and we confirmed, we verified it with moreover 700 young people all over the Turkey. So we made projects, and then we confirmed it. So when we started a little bit, it started to come more and more.
I know. So it takes time, advocacy, but real work to actually show that this is the case, right?
Yeah.
How do you formulate your problem statement? What is the problem that you love?
In Turkey, 94 out of 100 young people and 85 globally, they have never participated social impact projects or volunteering projects. And when they ask them why, they say, because we didn't know about that projects. Like our childhood story, people know the bad stories, but when it comes to volunteering project, impact projects, people doesn't know about it. So, and we checked it, brands and companies are spending more over every year. And it increases the money that they spend, but they're not receiving what they want. So this is a problem. They need a bridge between young people and the brands.
Yeah.
A corridor.
A corridor. So it's like a couple bridges, right? It's the bridge of knowledge, of actually communication and understanding that it exists. It's also a bridge of connection. You're actually making it happen. So how do you, we already hear the story, how you persisted to prove that there is a knowledge gap and that it exists. How are you making the connection happen? How does Coridor operate? How does it facilitate that connection between the volunteering projects and students?
It's after before the Coridor, we have a big community in Turkey that's called Strong Goodness.
And then
yes. And actually, we started in the university. So we have a lot of friends and teacher in university. And at the university, we have a community, I guess, 20,000 students. And after we designed the corridor, so easy for us, the communication students. But other side, the hard way for company, because we are so young, we don't have the company networks, and we submitted accelerator programs, and I live in Istanbul, and I was born. The Diyarbakir is a small city, is the Turkey, and I went to Istanbul. And yes, we talk about Gen Z with company. And yes, many company don't like it. Many company cares about it. But always we love the community powers. Because if you have a big community, the companies come around. Right?
Very true.
And now we work in the campus program in all Turkey for all students, and we use the digital marketing and with TikTok, Instagram, and we designed experience prize for students. Like intern experience, match tickets, coupon, and the discount further.
Okay.
And how do we solve the problem is we have tasks in Coridor application. We're pinning them in the map that brands making. For example, here we are in a festival. So we're pinning the tasks there, and young people are going to join that festivals, events, projects, etc. After they experience it, they're collecting the points, and they're answering a couple of questions, and we are collecting the data. So we're measuring the impact. We're measuring what we can do useful, or what brands can do with their projects. Could they improve it? Could they make it more useful? And then actually it's our service, what we do. We work with businesses, brands, and also we are making them reach to young people.
Okay.
This is how it works.
And now we have a mission for you and for this community. You can take a picture, Coridor team.
Okay, Coridor. Definitely.